Amazing. We are back. And as we promised earlier on, we are going to be talking about breaking barriers. This is that interview. You just want to share it. Even me, I've shared it on my status. So please go on YouTube, Hope TV Kenya. Just go on the live section. You'll be able to find this interview. It's already right there, premiering even now. You can be able to share that link with a friend or someone you feel may benefit greatly from it. And today we are going to have an amazing conversation. And of course, we are going to just be allowing our guests to introduce themselves. But remember, this is not going to be one of those interviews ambazo tumezoea. Hii ya leo ni kali. Na ni kali kwa sababu what the stories that I've had and the bio that I've been able to read from our guest today, I'm like, wow, how are you able to do all these things, even though there's the part of being visually impaired? So I am looking forward to hearing his story, and I know that you guys are going to be inspired greatly even as we interact. So karibuni sana, and remember, you can reach us through our WhatsApp number 0708 222 That's the number that you see on your screen, but also our social media handles are also open for you. So please do not hesitate to send us a comment, any feedback that you could be having regarding today's convo. So karibu sana, mgeni wetu, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm happy to be here live on Hope FM, Hope TV.
Hope TV,
Yes.
where we look and live.
Yeah,
Where we look
Hope
and
is the
live. Is the
brother
sister,
or the sister.
the founder of
or the
Hope.
mother.
Of the mother.
The mother, actually, it's the mother.
Yeah.
It's the mother.
Awesome.
Yes, Hope
Yes.
TV.
Yeah, we are so glad to have you. Maybe you can give our viewers an introduction of who you are.
All right. My name is Elvin Yatich, a counseling psychologist by profession. I am visually impaired. I am also, to mention, a young fellow at Gen Z. And yes, I am also a ministry leader. I participate in church. I do voiceovers. And yes, I'm born again. Yes.
Wow, I like your voice, by the way.
Thank you so
Talking
much.
of voiceovers and all.
Yeah.
Indeed, your voice is good for such.
Thank you.
Karibu sana, Elvin. And it's
Asante.
a joy to have you join us on set.
Yes.
To just get to know your story, get to inspire us as well, get to challenge us as well. Let's go back to your upbringing, childhood. How was it?
My childhood was very well. My journey started, I was born premature at 7 months. And I was very tiny, the size of an apple. You know, as simple like a fruit, you know. But that time, many cells were still developing, and I was very, very tiny. And during that time, also many premature babies were dying.
Yeah.
So I was born at Kenyatta Hospital. So at that time, doctors are like, this one can go anytime. He can go anytime.
Yeah.
And till the day they saw I survived, they called me a miracle baby.
Wow.
And ever since that day, my journey of visual impairment began, because the oxygen and the light level of the incubator damaged the eyes. It damaged the cornea. So the cornea inside could not be done anything. Even an operation could not be done.
Yeah.
So I started my journey of growing up. You know, normally I will crawl and start hitting things. That's like where my parents would be like, wait, hold up, there's something, an issue there. So we went to hospital, they did checkups. They at first thought it was a cataract issue, but later on they came to realize that it was not. Again, a backstory, I started learning Braille when I was young, at the year 6 years. And I studied at Kilimani Primary School.
Yeah.
And finished it. Went to secondary, finished it. I studied in Aquinas and finished at Thika High School for the Blind.
Yeah.
And from that moment is where I learned Braille when I was young. So I even don't know how print looks like. I might have seen it a little bit, but again, I don't know how it is used. One of my eyes, which was the right eye, could see very little. So when I was young, I used to even ride bikes, play football. But in the year 2014, I woke up one morning and I just could not see the light. I was used to seeing the light on the window. So the curtains were closed. So I'm waking up, I'm looking at the window. I'm like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. I go to the bulb, turn on the light, I'm not seeing. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I go to mom. Hey, mom, stima hakuna ama ni nini? Then she's like, Havana, stima iko. And then now we go do checkups, and she takes a torch and flickers the light on my eye. That's when I could see. So the only thing I can see right now is bright light.
Yeah.
But in terms of objects, I cannot see anything. And that time I was in class 6. So I remember I went to the hospital, then we went to did checkups, and that's where the doctors say that it's the eyes, the cells of the eyes, which stop generating the information to the eyes. So once the cells are dying, they cannot regenerate, and nothing can be done about it. So that's why I was like, oh man, now I'll be starting to be using a white cane again. And when the way I was young, I was like, I don't want to use this. Make will see. I don't need it. I don't need to touch something and swing it right and left. But I was imagine, oh man, now I'm going to start again all of that process. So again, it was another journey of acceptance. But I thank God for my family, friends, and also the church, because it played a very big role in my acceptance. And I was able to continue school, finished it, and now I went to campus. I have done a diploma in counseling psychology. I finished it. I graduated last year, and immediately I started my degree, and I'm continuing pursuing the same course of counseling psychology.
Wow, that's quite a story. And I'm very curious to know what inspired you to go for counseling, not any other course, counseling psychology. Where did that come from?
It came from a motivator of, I realized that people go through a lot and they don't talk it out.
Yeah.
So counseling is a talk therapy. I realized there's power in talk.
That's
So
true.
once you come, we talk, and we are able to solve your issues. I don't give you the solution, but I give you suggestions on how you could approach your issue. So that really helped me. And also there's a time I lost a friend who just committed suicide all of a sudden, and that thing really affected me. I was like, I don't want to see another person who I know committing suicide because of stress or depression. So I was like, let me do it, and let me help people, because there's also that inner reward, we call it the intrinsic reward in psychology, whereby you just feel motivated and just feel happy, like, wow, this person came to me crying, and by the time we're done talking, they're smiling, and even their growth. I've seen many people's lives changed. I even have dealt with suicidal cases, and people have not killed themselves, and someone just coming to tell you, I am so grateful for you to talk to me. It really touched my heart, and I'm like, I saved a life today. So it's really nice. And even where I'm currently doing my internship at Kenya Society for the Blind, where they do rehabilitate those who have recently lost their sight. And it's really a motivator. I mean, they see me as an icon, as a mentor to them, because I've lived with this condition for quite a while now, for many years. Now it's going to 25 years now. And, just me telling them that it's not over. It's not done yet. And you can still move on with life and become a person. And I usually tell them, you don't put limits. The number one step is to accept yourself. So once you deal with acceptance, now you move on with life. Yes. Yeah.
Allow me to take you back, Elvin, to now your childhood, that you mentioned that as you were walking, you realized now you cannot be able to see.
Yeah.
You were knocking things up and apale.
Yeah.
At what point now, because you realized that you were different.
Yeah.
So at what point did you now embrace, as you have said, you accepted your condition and this is who I am, and now moved and embraced your condition? Because unaona watoto wengine wanacheza running up and down and all, but you are not able. So how, first of all, how did that affect you? And then how did you embrace and allow yourself to move on?
So one, it really affected my self-esteem, and I was really judgy. I was like, why me?
Yeah.
At first it began there, and I was like, I became bitter even, because I don't feel like I'm human anymore. Because I cannot be able to, even play football or even run around. Actually, when I was growing up, I wanted to become a pilot. So until there's a time an Indian came to visit our school and they're like, you cannot be a pilot because of your sight. So, because of Indian say that, I was like, actually, yeah, like he was like, you need your sight for the airplane.
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot be a pilot anymore. I was like, it really affected me, and now that's when I started looking at life at a different angle, because I was like, okay, who else is visually impaired? I started to hear the likes of Ruben Kigame. I also had a friend who, when I was in primary, he was teaching me mathematics for tuition. He was also visually impaired. He was a teacher. So I was exposed to such people. And even right now, the person who was teaching me mathematics, he's a doctor at Kenyatta University, and he's doing very well. He has his own family. So the only thing he told me is like, bro, it's only your eyes which have a problem, but your mind and your whole body is okay. So from him telling me that is now when I started accepting myself, and even my parents giving me that assurance that it is going to be okay. Everything is going to be fine. Actually, acceptance is easy when it starts from family. So once your family has accepted you, not only your parents, but the whole family, even the extended family, it really helps, because in our family, I have a twin. So we are the only ones who are visually impaired. And, they just accepted us as who we are. And, we just live life. And they don't, give us that we or kind of special attention that much. They just talk to us normally. And, we just live together and we stay together as a family.
Wow, amazing. And I think I love that part of family, just being supportive. I believe that's a big part of it. And also there's something I'm thinking about, because sometimes we can do things that could stigmatize those who are visually impaired, or just with any other forms of disability, and unknowingly. So maybe talk about some of the statements that could be said by people, innocently even, that, could lead to one being stigmatized or rub them off the wrong way.
It can start with a simple statement like, so oni dunia. So in some way that's a stigma. And depending on how it comes in a conversation. But most of the time you find for those who have recently lost their sight or who have become visually impairment, they are really bitter because they're not used to such kind of statement. Awe kipofu toka hapa is like, no, that's not right. But the other thing is also another kind of stigma is, I would say, sometimes you have an experience, you go to a matatu, or even go to a hotel somewhere. So I've just sat down and the waiters come, taken my order, and I've just come from eating. Then I don't know, someone out of nowhere just comes and pays my bill. At some level, I'll ask myself, ni nani ameniona aje? Even you're going to a matatu, someone pays for you. They even don't ask, can I pay you for your bus fare? They just feel, conductor kwambia huyu amekulipia. Or even sometimes even the conductor even does not want to talk to you. They're like, they just pass you. Mwambie, boss, pesa hata kuongelesha. Mwingine unampea na kurudishia. Mwambie anisha kulipia. So that's another level of stigma. Because, right now we are talking about inclusivity, diversity, and equality. But at some kind of level, of course, some people do it with a good heart. There's someone who will just come to you and they just tell you, I just want to assist you today. You'll be like, it's okay, because you have realized that they have come with a clean heart and, they have insisted. But others just come and just do it out of nowhere and they just disappear. There's no that protocol even come and tell you, today I feel blessed, I want maybe to pay your bill. Can I pay it? Is it okay? They even ask you for that permission, but, they just come and just do it. Others, because they don't understand, they have never met a visually impaired person. They don't know how we live. So I can be walking somewhere, even right here in Valley, because I usually fellowship around this area. I just pass around, someone will be like, naonanga huyu, wanajifanya, anapita mbio aje hivyo. But they don't know, because our minds were built in a way that when we get used to an environment, even till today, I don't understand how God did that thing. It's still mysterious to me, because we can be able to tell a place where we are at. So like right now, even if I'm going to a route and even the driver changes, I'll know if it's the hill, the mteremuko, even the bumps or portal. Those are the things I've noted. So even there's a day I was going back home and we used a different route. I was telling the driver, hey, mbona natumia Ngong Road, so upige turn, hiyo njia ingine inakuwa na jam. Alishtuka, I was like, ulijuaje?
Yeah.
It's because I'm very sensitive to the directions and how the car moves. Yes. And another thing is, like now in church, let's come to church. I'm just minding my business, walking around, going wherever I'm going. Someone just comes and tells me, can I pray for you? Can I hold your hand? Can we pray together? Me, I already know what you want to pray for.
Yeah.
Because I have experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not, I'm not being biased, you know? I'm not generalizing everyone, but most of the time it's like that. They'll start and telling you, let's pray for your side for God to heal you. Who told you I'm sick?
Yeah.
Who told you that I'm not a human being?
Yeah.
So the church, even, there's a way it even pushes us away from church. That's why you'll find many persons with disability are not going to church because of that issue.
Yeah.
You go there, they give you attention. You know, the church, instead of the church going normally, you're the focus for it. Can we pray for you? You know, it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to imagine, I'm still trying to accept myself, and then now you are trying to tell me that you want to pray for me for the sight to get back, or for me to start walking. You know, it will make me even hate God.
Yeah.
No wonder some of us persons with visual impairment, of course not me, but some of them are pagans, which I don't blame them. But it's because the way the church has taken them.
Yeah.
The church has taken them. Even there's a day even during COVID, I was just walking around home one day. Then some guy just comes and tells me, you know, this is the work of the devil. Now let's pray for you. No, my friend, you're messing with the wrong person.
Yeah.
And we talked, and he just left me. Because, you know, there are those kinds of doctrines which look at disability as something barbaric, something evil, something bad, which going forward should change. Because if we want to make the church inclusive, if you want to make people to come to God, how will you be pushing them away then you expect them to come to church? How will you not be making your church to be inclusive and expect them to come? They'll not come. But until you open your doors, just welcome them as they are, just try and understand them and assist them where you can, they'll be comfortable and they will enjoy. Me in church, I'm in various ministries. I'm in the media, I am in drama, I am in music. But it's because I've not put a limit in myself. I've not, even when I go to talk to people, even in an interview, I don't remember that I'm visually impaired. I even don't. I put that condition aside. It's part of me, but I don't go somewhere, I know I'm visually impaired, so maybe they can consider giving me an opportunity because, you know, there's that 5%, that 5% rule that you must have a person with the disability in your organization. I don't think of that. I go as me. I go as a human being, and I know this is a very competitive place, and I got to give it my best. So when I go there, I just interact, and I usually say, I have a mantra. How you talk to people will determine how they will perceive you. How you address things in life, it's how they're going to address you. So long as you go with a wrong perception, things will go wrong on you. Someone comes and tells you, even like I'm a counselor, someone comes and tells me, oh, you know, people don't like me, I feel like everyone hates me. But okay, fine, people hate you, but have you considered asking yourself, might I not be the problem? You know, I usually tell people, if we are trying to look for a solution in something, if we think of why and what and how, we can be able to find a perfect solution. Yes. Even in reading the Bible, today I'm like, I feel like I don't have a good relationship with God, you know, but are you reading the Bible? Are you praying? Oh, you know, our marriage is shaky. Did you follow the right procedures before you got married? Did you do what the Bible says? Because I believe in life is structured. So if you go according to how things are supposed to be done, no one will disturb you. The policeman will not go and just stop you all of a sudden, hati amekuona tu hivi anasema, acha nisimamishe leo. It's because ameona kuna makosa mahali. But in life, you just do the right things that are supposed to be done. No one is going to disturb you, and you're going to live life in a good way. Yeah.
Wow, I like it. And the part you have explained, especially for churches. And I remember once we also had a guest here, and they were saying, I don't want that attention. I've just come just like any other person.
Yes.
And I'm here to worship my God. I'm here to praise Him. Stop creating, we need to create way for them because maybe they are using wheelchairs and all. We need now to,
put a special side in. Me, by the way, I usually don't go. I don't sit in front, by the way. I don't. I have my spot. Even not my spot, I can change here today. Even in the main church, I go upstairs. It's the house of the Lord. It's my Father's house, not your house. And also another thing, if you want persons with disability to just be themselves, just give them that opportunity. And tell them, come for auditions. And don't look at their disability. Look at their potentiality. Look at what they have. Look at their drive. Look at what is driving them, the kind of experience they have, the skills, even that gift and nurture. I usually have a mantra, it's called design. Drive, experience, skills, interest, gift and nurture. That one really keeps me going. And another thing is also about intentionality. Because I came to realize in life, if you are not intentional with what you're doing, you will not really, let's not say being a perfectionist, but you'll not be able to do it 100%. But if you are intentional about it, you'll be able to do things right.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome. What a conversation.
Well.
I know.
Very, very well. And I think this will be the perfect time for us to take a little bit of a breather, take a short break, and also give you an opportunity to send in any questions, any comments that you could be having. We would love to see that. And we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we still have more on the topic, breaking barriers.
Catch Sitam Special.
He's the God who raised up Moses in a palace only to use him in the wilderness, and raised up Joseph in the wilderness only to use him in a palace.
Young person, God is at work within your heart. What does it say? He is at work. It's Him who is at work in you.
If you are going to be successful in the service of God, it calls for sacrifice.
We get to appraise what God is doing, and by His invitation, partner with Him.
Come on, keep moving. He's inspiring you to challenge that which seems impossible.
What He would require of us is to declare, send me Lord, regardless of our background.
Only on Hope TV.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back. This is Hope at Dawn right here at Hope TV, where you look and you live. In studio this morning, being a Tuesday, one day at a time, we are hosting Elvin Yatich, who is visually impaired and such a confident young man, very eloquent, well-spoken as well. And we are just here sharing with us his story up until now. And Elvin, taking it up from where we left it, let's talk about some of the challenges that you encounter and how you have been able to navigate the same. Or maybe there are none.
Oh, challenges are there.
Yeah.
They are there.
Okay.
Let's start with the environment. One, going to a new place, or even here.
Yeah.
You know, as persons with visual impairment, we are very strategic with our place. So right now, if we come and move something, it would really disorient us.
Yes.
So like today, maybe they've come, they fixed a pole on the way and they did not let me know. So I'll come and ting, I hit it.
Yeah.
That's challenging about. Or even a hole, they've dug a hole there and they did not put a warning, or someone just to tell me, I'll fall in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's part of us. I mean, that's how we learn our environment. That's how the reality is. That's how we know that something is there. So I usually tell my fellow persons with visual impairment, we live by pain.
Yeah.
So you will not have to fear that one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you all the time, even this building, when I was young, before getting used to it, I was using the ramp. But you know, on the ramp, there are some pointed stones. There's some parts that have corners. So before, I never knew that. So I'll go, tung, I hit it. Oh, kumbe uko hapa. Sawa. So I'll not hit the pillar again. Because why? I've known it is there. So yes, we might get hurt sometimes, but God protects us. That's what one thing I'll say. I don't think I've ever been broken because of falling in a hole or something. Or if it's an injury, it's not that severe. But it's because it's part of us. Me, I'm an explorer. I like walking. So me, that's why I think I have a lot of confidence. Because I'm like, twende, nikipata hata mti nigonge, I'll not hit it again.
No.
Because I'll know it is there the next time. Or maybe when, sometimes also you can be walking and your mind is somewhere else. So I usually take it like, itanikumbusha niko hapo. So, tung, huku, sawa. So next time I'll walk around with focus.
Yes.
And another challenge is, like the one we said before, equality, whereby we are viewed as we need too much attention. They view us like we are expensive, to maintain. But one thing I can say about it is we have technology nowadays. I can be able to use my phone. I can be able to use my laptop very easily because of technology. We have softwares. We have, for computers and laptops, we have NVDA, JAWS, and for my phone, we have TalkBack and Voice Aloud. There are very many apps that do that. So they're screen readers. So they say anything that's on the screen, and me, I hear but the controls, I do it myself. Another thing I can say is doctrines, because there are some churches that teach people that disability is a disease, it is a curse, it is a spell from the devil. So that is another barrier. Another barrier is awareness. People don't know that persons with visual impairment are human beings just like them. They have a lot of biasness, prejudice, and stigma because they don't know. That's why I was bitter a while back, but because I came to realize that people don't know. Even the Bible says that people die because of lack of knowledge. So once I knew that, I came down. So right now, even someone can ask me it looks kind of a biased question and degrading, but I will answer because the person does not know.
Yeah.
So me usually tell people, ask any question. Don't say it's complicated. Don't say it's judging, because I'll not judge you.
Yeah.
Because I know you don't know. So that's why I like informing people. So even today I can walk around, meet an Uber guy, they have never met a person with disability. How do people use your phone? How do people do this? I show them how I use my phone.
Yeah.
I tell them how we can navigate from one place to another. I show them how the white cane is important. And they live there so happy. And me, I'm like, oh yes, today I've created awareness.
Yeah.
So we as persons with disability are the ones who will make people to be aware of us. And also with the support of the media,
Yeah.
and the support of everyone, I believe the world and the society can be aware on matters of disability. Yes.
That's amazing. I think I love that aspect of, taking the mandate to create that awareness.
Yes.
It's absolutely beautiful. And maybe I believe this is something that would encourage somebody. What keeps you going? We call this segment a day at a time. Just taking a day at a time. How do you do that? And what ensures that you're always on the go and you don't give up even when maybe there are low moments along the way?
I can begin with the most important thing, which is God and prayer.
Yeah.
God has really helped me from where I began till now, and that part of where God says that I knew even before you're formed in your mother's womb, and I have good plans for you, really helps me and keeps me going. Another thing I can say is family. Family, my parents have really helped me from where I was till now, and they are motivated to me. Number 3 is mentors. I do look to some people in life, very famous people, entrepreneurs, media personalities, psychologists. I have a lot of mentors depending on what aspect, even spiritual mentors, and they really keep me going. And another thing I can say that keeps me going is knowing that life does not wait for you. Time does not wait for you.
Yeah.
Time flies, and when it goes, it never comes back. When 1999 went, when 2000 went, it never reverses back. So life never waits for you. And things will pass you by if you don't adapt to what's happening.
Yeah.
And I don't like living a life of regret. And that thing really hurts. And that's another thing. So whenever I remember like, hey, I don't want to regret this, or I don't want to feel guilty because I did not do this, I move very fast, nachangamka. And that really keeps me going. And another thing is my socialization. I mean, outside here, you'll meet very many kinds of people. There are people who are going to encourage you. There are people who are going to critique you. There are going to be haters, Haters are everywhere.
Yeah.
That's one thing I say. Trump says that there's a video on TikTok I saw, or I had, and it is kind of maskio, that he was saying, I'm too old to worry about some things. If you love me, I love you back. If you support me, I support you. If you hate me, I don't care. Life must move on.
Yeah.
That really helped me, because actually it's true, because in life, if you focus with the negatives and all the people who hate you, you'll come to realize that you don't move on.
Yeah.
That's true.
And of course also on the other side, because I usually look at life, I flip the coin also sometimes.
Yeah.
And I challenge myself. I'm like, what if the haters had something that is going to help me? Because in life, of course, you'll not always be right. Be ready for positive. I usually say in life there is negative criticism and there's positive criticism. Kuna ile ukweli itauma na kuna ule ukweli utaona hii amenionea. So it's you also to assess which one is good for you and which one is not. Let it come to the right ear and leave with the left ear if it has to, and if you are going to hear it, let it stick in your mind or your heart. Take note of that, correct yourself, and just move on. Because in life, we also learn. Every day is a learning day in life.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, when something, you have a condition or something happens to you, chances are different people react differently.
Yes,
there are those who will, they will allow the same to draw them closer to God or draw them away from God.
Yes.
Now, listening to you and even how you lead your life, you have allowed this condition to draw you, closer to God.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us about you and serving in church and the different ministries that you are involved in, and how churches, one, can support such, encourage people with disabilities to engage in ministry, and also now even the individuals themselves, how do they position themselves to make sure that also they allow God to use them?
It all begins with the church. Number one, being accommodative. Removing the doctrine of praying for me because they think I'm sick. That is number one. Yes, there is power in healing.
Yes.
But also, let's also look at things realistically. Let's not live in a world of fantasy. Because as I said, time flies, and if I forever remain in the thing of, oh God, because also me, there's a time I was there. Like, God can heal me. God can heal me. There's a time even I started to become bitter because I got. I go to people, they pray for me, I even pray for you to heal me, but you don't heal me. God, do you really exist?
Yeah.
So it really happens. But if now the church can come to persons with visual impairment, persons with disability, and just tell them, okay, it has happened. Fine, it has happened. They don't, okay, fine. If I believe that God will heal me one day, fine, God will heal you. But also remember that God made you like this for a reason, for a purpose, for you to be glorified, for God to be glorified through you, for you to be made a person who you'll make people come closer to God because they're observing how you live your life. I have had opportunities where even in university, some classmates come to me, very old, by the way, and they tell me, when I look at you, just encourage me. You make me feel like life is worth living, because I usually see how you do your thing, and I just get challenged. Whenever I feel down, I just look at you, and that thing really motivated me. I was like, wow, I never knew I am an icon of life to people. So that really encouraged me. And another thing that I can say that can make persons with disability to come to ministry is just tell them, yo, you want to do it? Do it. And just ask them, oh, by the what are you good in? What are you interested in? I'm interested in singing. Have you ever considered going to the choir? No. Now, when you hear the next auditions, you go. Okay, fine, I'll go. Just try to have that conversation with them and just see what's their interest, what's their gift, their talent. That's what will make them to go to ministry. Another one is when they go to ministry, welcome them. Don't look at the disability. Today, tell them, yo, we want you to lead in worship today. Mupatie. Give them that opportunity. Let them sing. When they go for auditions, don't be like, the person is with visual impairment or they have disability. Let's just let the person come in. No. If there are qualifications, make sure the person reaches them. And if there are corrections, let the person know. Look at your vocals, look at this, work on this and this and this, so that you can be good at it. And another thing, once they're in ministry, give them roles. In drama today, we're acting about this. Elvin, do this. Boom, he is a script. Like me, I have a braille machine at home, so when I get a script, I go. Someone reads for me, I write it in Braille, then I read it now, then I cram it.
Yeah.
I've acted as many things. I've acted as a preacher, a judge. And acting is actually very fun. I love it. I really love it.
Yeah.
Acting, singing, but mostly acting because it makes you think outside the box. You become someone who you never thought you'd become. You know, like the one that I'll never forget is the one becoming a judge. I had the robe of the judge, even the arm. So like, you're guilty as charged, bam, you know. They're like, this is fun.
Yeah.
And as I said, to individuals with disability, don't look at your disability. Wherever you go somewhere, don't think of your disability. To the young people, young men, young women, when interacting to each other, if you want to, you're interested in someone, don't look at your disability. You go as you, Bana. You know, go in the inbox, slide there. And throw your mystery there and do your thing. Don't look at your disability and all will be well. Because I feel like also we, or some of us, put barriers on ourselves. We are our own barrier. Actually, the society of now has kind of really improved. You cannot compare with the old times.
That's true.
The ones who are before us, they're the ones who faced a lot of stigma, a lot. But at least now people majority are aware. Of course, there's still more work to be done, but at least we cannot compare from where it started. At least now there's hope for a brighter future, for a brighter day, and also for brighter opportunities. Because with more awareness equals more equality, inclusion, and even matters to do with diversity. People will no longer be looking like, this one is physically handicapped, this one is deaf. Because if you have a deaf person in the organization, you have a sign language interpreter. If you don't have a sign language interpreter, maybe you have an AI or technology that does that, so you're able to communicate with that person. So if people have goodwill and they want to make the world to be inclusive to everyone, they just go with the times. If it's they are going to be using technology, organize more trainings for sign language, maybe even for creating even awareness about matters of disability. You come and talk to people about visual impairment, come to talk to people about physically handicapped, come talk to people about diverse disabilities. I believe it's going to help the world to be a better place for all of us. And even on matters to do even with inclusivity in terms of the environment, I will challenge the government to do research. They go abroad and see how other countries have done, and they benchmark. Then they come and see if we can be able to make this place more accessible to persons with disability. Because sometimes I usually use a lot of money for transport, but it's because of maybe the path is not okay, it has holes, maybe they did not, there's a bridge there, but it's not well fixed. I can easily fall in the river even sometimes. But once they put everything in place, life just becomes easy for everyone.
Beautiful. I think I love the part where you said sometimes we are our own barrier.
Yes.
Literally, that's really powerful.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Oh my. And I'm also thinking now, even as we are gearing up towards closing, to the parents, a message to the parents, because I think there are some parents who are grappling with the emotional turmoil of just feeling like, I don't know how to accept my child. In fact, there are some cases where the child is trying to accept themselves, but then the parents, it's on another level. So maybe what would you say to such a parent who is struggling in that area?
It is God who has given you that child. This child is going to be a blessing to you. And the other thing is, it's not easy, but also don't listen to people. Because what usually challenges parents sometimes is they also listen to people's opinions. And unfortunately, with matters disability, because there's not that awareness, someone will tell you, mtoto ni laana, chana ne, ampeleke kwa mganga, sijui afanye nini, So the thing that really does not make them accept the child is because they listen to negativity. So if they can listen to positivity and focus, okay, I have this child, how can I help them? There are various organizations, like the one I'm working with, Kenya Society for the Blind. Come there. They even now have a hospital, by the way, you know, for eye checkup, because they do a lot on eye care. Come, they come and bring the child, bring that relative, bring that person. They come and check their eyes, and now we see the next way forward in terms of rehabilitation for this person to become the person he or she was before they even lost their sight. And also another thing to the parents is have hope and strength. Put your trust in God. For those who are believers, for those who are religious. But if you are not a religious person, if you don't believe in God, I can just say, look at that child and in an aspect of a blessing and not a curse. And look at that child as a child who has potential. If you support that child, I don't think I would not be where I am right now if my parents did not support me. But because of my parents' support and their confidence in me, I am where I am today. That's now including my values inside me. I am where I am today. But of course, it all begins from home. Charity begins from home.
True.
So once the parents now support the child, they'll be able to go far. Actually, this child can be the one to take you and the family to the next level.
Yeah.
They can even come and remove you from one place to another. So just look at the potential of the child. Look at the gifts that this child has. And just bring up this child just like a normal child. There might be challenges, more extra money, but just endure and just take care of this child with all that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elvin Yatich, thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for gracing our show today.
Welcome.
For that sacrifice, coming that early in the morning. And I love that part of, the support system. When the support system is okay, then the person feels at home, as you said, charity beginning at home. How can people get in touch with you, connect with you maybe?
If you want to reach me, you can, you can reach me on X at master_Elvo.
That is?
At master_Elvo on X.
Yes.
I am mostly a WhatsApp person. I like WhatsApp and even Telegram.
Okay.
So you can find me via 0706 494 768. And in case of anything, if you need even counseling services, call me and we can see how we can be able to organize. If you need matters to do with consultancy on matters on rehabilitation, I can also call, then we can see a way of helping each other.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yatich, and thank you so much also for tuning in. Remember, do not be the barrier to what God wants to achieve in you and also through you. So whatever the situation, whatever the condition, don't be that barrier. Go out there and be you. I love the confidence that Elvin walks with, the way he walks, the way he talks, hakuna mtu wa kumshusha. He believes in what he believes in, and that is the confidence that also we need. Thank you so very much for tuning in to today's episode, one day at a time. God willing, we do this again tomorrow morning, same time, same place. From me, George Gishuru, kwaheri for now.
Beautiful. And just before we conclude, there's just one question that has come in. And the question is there an organization people who are visually impaired can join, or maybe just somewhere that you have garnered support from? Any organization, any hospital, maybe you can refer a friend.
Yes. Come to Kenya Society for the Blind.
Okay.
We now have a hospital. It's a society for visually impaired people. It's a big family. You're going to enjoy. You're going to be able even to get even assistive devices, matters of even confidence, self-esteem. You'll be able to learn a lot, and you'll be able to have a good time. We are located at Mahi Road, just before Moi Education Center, on your way to South Sea. Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Amazing. Thank you so much for that. And for our viewers, asanteni sana for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And that is on The Christian Walk. My name is Beatrice Nudi. Have yourselves a beautiful day.